Hi, GDQ. My name is Faraz Khan, and this is my submission for what is it? SGDQ 2020. This is a game I've submitted in the past. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. The category I am submitting is Glitchless, All Beads and New Game Memories, which is basically the 100% of Sekiro. And I currently have the world record. Just got it yesterday. I'm in first place at 1:19:34. The estimate for this run is about an hour and 30. It shouldn't take me more than that, even with mistakes. And we will be doing a live, commentated, no reset run. I will include some safe strats in here. There are a few areas where we can do safe strats. But for the large majority of the run, it will be as if I were trying to get a competitive time. Okay, so right off the bat, we are in a place called Ashina Reservoir. And the reason we're here is because at the start of the game, you start without your sword, and your name is Sekiro, although you don't have that name yet. Your name is Wolf, and this is your, or you're this boy's shinobi, and his name is Kuro, and he's the divine heir. Okay, so he was captured. You tried to save him. You didn't succeed. Then you were captured. So then you got up, and then you saved him. He gave you your sword because he has your sword. Who knows why he has your sword, but he has your sword. And then from there, you're tasked with getting him out of here. Which we are going to try and do by finding a secret passage. Okay. Here it is. We blow our whistle, and of course he pops up like a good boy. And we once again sheath our swords so we can no longer sprint, which means we have to jump. I get that question a lot. Hey, Faraz, why don't you sprint? Why are you jumping? It's because when our sword is sheathed, for some reason, it doesn't let us sprint, so jumping is just a little bit faster than walking. Okay. This guy, Genichiro, decides to stop us from escaping, as, you know, a responsible captor would. And in the process, he cuts off our arm. Now, with arm cut off, we're just left there to die. Kuro is captured once again. We're found by that monkey boy back there. He's known as the sculptor. He gives us his prosthetic arm. That's why we have two now. And we are allowed to grapple as well as use shinobi prosthetics. Even if you beat Genichiro, like you beat him at the very start of the game with no health, you just get an alternate cutscene. He still cuts off your arm. So you kind of have to get your arm cut off no matter what. It's just kind of how it goes. Sucks, but hey man, it's a hard life. Okay, there's the shuriken wheel I just got there. That will be used later in the run. We get a total of 3 prosthetics in this run. I'm going to do a slick grapple here. I'm going to grab Gotchin Sugar. Gotchin Sugar is what allows us to go invisible, or almost invisible and almost silent. You can think about it as noise and sight dampening. Very useful. In fact, we're going to use some right here. I'm not going to equip it yet. Our menuing will be done a little bit later. But from here, I got aggroed. Jeez. I'm gonna crouch. Stab him in the back. There's a stealth death blow. And I'm gonna hope this guy doesn't attack me while I kill this mini-boss. This is the ogre. This is the first mini-boss in this run. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. Oh, I'm still alive. Okay. Okay, here we go. So usually this would be pretty rip, but we made it. You want to death blow him from the back. That saves about 2 seconds off of his animation, his time. Really unlucky that guy attacked us. Usually what he'll do, he sometimes aggroes, but usually he'll just sit and watch for some reason. That time he did not. Kind of unfortunate. Anyway, while we're running through this next section, I'll explain a few things. So, Sekiro, it was Game of the Year last year, which was pretty cool. It's It's made by FromSoft. Those are the guys who did the Souls series, Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Bloodborne, Demon Souls. So you could say this is the spiritual successor. However, Sekiro has a lot of different cool mechanics to gameplay, and in my opinion, it's a lot more fun and a lot better, a lot more engaging. And you can see enemies and bosses have 2 bars that you can basically fill or deplete. They have the health bar, which is pretty standard in most games. And you know, you just whittle that down until it's 0, and then you get a death blow. And they also have something called a posture bar. So posture, once that bar is full, it means you've broken their posture. And when you break their posture, you get a death blow. You get a death blow out of it, which is really cool because it's, well, it adds another dynamic to the game, and it's a little bit more intricate. So you'll see on this next boss here, Gyobu, I'm going to kill him via posture. I'm going to deflect as many of his attacks as I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He'll run. I'll deflect that. 8 attacks. I'm going to dodge this one so he doesn't run away. 9, 10, 11, 12. Deflect. He missed. 13. Deflect. 14. I have 1 more attack until he staggers. I took a hit there. That's not good. I'm going to take it here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just barely made that. So you want him to stay in place as much as possible. Staggering him causes him to run away and around for a while, do something like that. We don't want that. The camera's really bad here. Same thing here. I'm going to hit him not enough to stagger him until this attack. If you deflect that last attack, he's going to stagger anyway. I might die. Okay, I got him. Come on. There we go. Okay, that was a pretty decent Gyobu. Given the circumstances. We had him here in this corner, in this wall, so he wouldn't just run around the arena. Gyobu's a fight with like a ton of RNG. One of the RNG fights in the run. So you generally want to fight him in a corner so that you can keep uptime on him in terms of hitting him and dealing posture damage. Okay, anyway. So after Gyobu, he's a real boss. So what we do is we get a memory, and then at that idol, which you can theorize as a bonfire, you eat the memory and your attack power is increased. And that's one of the ways you upgrade yourself in Sekiro. Okay, I killed that toe boy right there. That's for a quest later on so that we can get an esoteric text from the Tengu of Ashina. That will speed up the run quite a bit as it gives us ascending and descending carp, which allows us to deal more posture damage. Here is one of the worst fights in the game. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do my menuing here. I'm going to equip Akko, Gotchin, my Gourd, and then I'm going to use an Akko. I'm going to allow the bull to kill those 2 enemies. I'm going to deflect the first attack, then a pierce attack, 3 more, and then get ready to deflect, and then 4 more here. You see it's tight. And I'm hitting him on the head, jumping off him to cancel his animation. And that's a pretty fast blazing bull. It's really, really quick. I wish I had more time to explain it, but we're gonna go on to another boss really quick here. So one of the reasons the blazing bull is a terrible fight for this run is because, much like Gyobu, he will just run around the arena sometimes, and you won't be able to attack him. So you have to know when he's going to stagger, which attacks will allow him, allow openings and so on and so forth, so that you can get your staggers and stuff. Otherwise, you're going to waste like 10, 15 seconds off of almost nothing. Okay, so Gyobu just died. We're going to grab his broken horn, which is his... it allows us to equip another prosthetic, the prosthetic spear, which we'll use later in the run. Okay, a stealth death blow from above on Lone Shadow. This is another bit of RNG here, so we're going to sit in this corner and wait. Try and lure him in. Jump very specifically so that we land here and we are not facing him. We're angled slightly to the right, but we're also trapping him against the wall. What this is an AI exploit. And the way it works is that if you aren't facing an enemy directly, they won't block. Right? And so you'll just end up hitting them. Of course, in normal circumstances, they would back off, like they would be pushed back, so you couldn't keep doing it. However, you can trap him, Lone Shadow, who also has one arm, by the way, between yourself and the wall, and it makes the fight a lot faster. If we weren't able to get him in that corner, you just do a normal fight, and it loses you about 10 seconds, 10, 15 seconds, depending on his RNG. It's not the best thing. Okay. So we just passed the reset point of the run here. Usually you would, if you're going to reset, you would reset from on Lone Shadow or beforehand. Now we're in what I call the Mikiri split. And that's where we finally get some upgrades, get our prosthetic tools, do a bunch of menuing, and a bunch of speaking. So I'm going to sell my bulging coin purse right here. Bulging coin purse. It's going to give me 1,000 gold. And I'm going to use that to buy Robert's firecrackers. Robert is someone... Well, it's someone's dad. We'll see Robert's dad later in the run. Robert made the firecrackers. But we see his dad later in the run. And he's famous. That's the Tengu of Ashina. As I said earlier, I killed that toe boy so that I could get that Ashina esoteric text right there, which is very helpful throughout the run. Here I'm going to get a bead. As this category is all beads and new game memories, we have to get a total of 40 beads. That's all of them, which means there's 40 beads is 10 prayer necklaces. You use 4 beads per prayer necklace. And what the prayer necklaces do is they increase your health and your posture. So even though we get 40 beads, we don't use them all. I think we use about 16 of them, 4 prayer necklaces. And then we just we just take the risk on health and posture for the rest of the run. Sculptor is the guy who will allow us to equip our prosthetics on the shinobi arm that he gave us, remember? Very helpful. And then here, what I'll do is I'm going to buy some spirit emblems. God, I wish I could explain this all to you. And upgrade Mikiri counter. Spirit emblems are what allow us to use our prosthetic tools. You have about 15 of them maximum at one time, and that increases over the run. But we buy some because, well, we are going to run out later just due to all the usage. We're back in Ashina Castle. This is where Kuro has been taken by Genichiro. And so we're going to go save him. We're going to do some fancy grappling right here to get up on the roofs. It's really satisfying and cool to do that. That's one part of Sekiro that I really like. I equipped my prosthetics there. You can see in the bottom right. Actually, no, you can't. My face cam's covering it. But in the bottom right, there are my prosthetics. I put them on. I have firecrackers equipped. That right there is dojo skip. A little bit hard to do, but once you get it, it's pretty easy. It skips a whole section of the area. Okay, and now Genichiro, we're going to use that same AI exploit we used on Lone Shadow. We're going to get him in the corner here between the door, and then I'm going to do a sequence of deflect attack, deflect attack, deflect attack. Or I guess this block attack. But I'm timing it very specifically. As soon as I see his sword, Sekiro's sword, at its highest point, I press block, and then I immediately press attack. Okay, that's Genichiro's first phase, so... Now, if I lose this sequence, it becomes incredibly hard to recover. It'll lose you some time, but by no means does that mean it's the end of the run. It's just, unfortunately, a lot faster to do this. Okay, second phase Genichiro's done. He decides to take off his shirt. So we heal. There's Mikiri right there. We got one lightning, and we want lightning in this fight. Especially since we're so weak at this point of the game. Anything... 0 lightnings is really bad. 1 lightning is okay. 2 lightnings is decent. However, he kind of just skipped on that one. So that was okay. That was an okay Genichiro. I feel like we're making really pretty decent pace right now. Like world record pace, probably. Everything's going fairly well. We haven't made any mistakes. Okay. So, after that, he gives us some ninjutsu and stuff. I believe that was blood smoke. I'll explain that later. We get a cutscene when you find out that Genichiro isn't actually dead. He's not actually dead. Why isn't he dead? Well, it's something called the Waters of Rebirth, and we'll get into that later. But you'll see in this game that not a lot of people die. Not the first time anyway. Okay, we're back talking to Kuro, who may or may not be a girl. I'm not sure. Just kidding. He's a boy. Well, no, just kidding. Well, I don't know. You decide. So we're talking to him, and he's like, "Help us out, or help me out," right? And I'm like, "No, I have to obey the Iron Code, which is the code set by my father, Mr. Owl." And then Kuro's like, "Oh, I'm disappointed. Can you just kind of help me?" And I'm like, "All right, I'll kind of help you." And so that's what we're doing. We're waiting for him to walk over there, eating memories and prayer beads, so then he can tell us about Ishin, who is actually Genichiro's grandfather, and also the coolest character in this game, hands down. We're going to go talk to him right now. I'm going to swap my item over to the Homeward Idol. And here he is. Now, if you pay attention to Ishin and his voice, you'll find that it's very similar to the Tengu of Ashina. That's because he is the Tengu of Ashina. Oh, man. And you'll see throughout the game, if you pay attention, that he will, in a lot of instances, be helping you or mentoring you, or I don't know. He's just a cool character, right? I'm going to drop down here, talk to this friendly merchant tow boy. I'm going to buy 3 Yashi sugars from him, which is almost all my money. Now, what Yashi sugars do, Yashiriku sugars do, is they will have your HP and have your posture, but they will grant you a 20% bonus damage. So they're very, very useful for a lot of quick kill methods. In fact, there's an alternate route right now for this category, and in the alternate route, it's focused around getting an unlimited an item, a consumable item that's unlimited. It uses spirit emblems, but it grants you the Yashi sugar effect. I think it's called Yashi Spirit Fall. Anyway, back here, there's a Shishimin warrior. We're not going to fight him. We're going to run past him. Since he doesn't give you a bead, there's no need to fight him. I think he gives you... Can't remember what he gives you. I think he gives you something for the malcontent prosthetic. But I haven't fought him in a while, and he's a pain to fight. He takes forever to fight as well. You need divine confetti for him. But where we're going now is we're going to... on my splits, it's called Roberto Dad. But essentially, it's the folding screen monkeys. It's a place called Senpo Temple. And so in Senpo Temple, there's a lot of monks, and there's a lot of centipedes as well. There's a lot of monks, and there's a lot of centipedes. And with the lore of the game, basically what Senpo Temple is well, we have to go back to Kuro. So Kuro, being the divine heir, possesses something known as the dragon's blood. And the dragon's blood gives you immortality. So he can die, get back up, and of course everybody wants that dragon's blood, and he can give that dragon's blood to other people, which is why myself, Sekiro, Wolf, can die twice. Shadows die twice. Haha. I can die twice because I have Kuro's blood in me. We haven't seen that yet, but everybody kind of wants that for themselves so they can achieve immortality. However, Senpo Temple went about it a different way. They tried to fabricate that immortality, the immortality of the dragon's blood, using something called the rebirthing waters. I can't remember exactly what it's called. But what basically ends up happening is, well, you drink the waters and then you get this ridiculous centipede inside of you. It's like a parasite, and it keeps you alive, but you know, it kind of, we'll see later how terrible it is. It's really gross. Anyway, a lot of these monks here are infected with the centipede, which means it's really hard for them to die. Now, the only part where they actually really succeeded in a little bit of immortality is someone called the Divine Child. And that's where we're on our way to see the Divine Child right now. I'll explain after. I pop an Akko here for more attack power. Gonna run in Firecrackers, 5 hits. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Deflect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Teaching you how to count. And then we should get one more attack. And that's Roberto Dad right there. So this boss is really, really cool. I really like this boss because you actually can't kill him straight up. In order to kill him, you have to death blow him off the edge. So you death blow, it pushes him back, he falls off the edge. And his whole thing is like, oh, I have this strong armor, you'll never pierce it, blah, blah, blah. But whatever. Anyway, we're going to go see the Divine Child, Kuro. No, that's wrong. We're going to go see the Divine Child. I don't know her name. The Divine Child, that's her name. And she is going to grant us something called the Mortal Blade. And the Mortal Blade allows us to kill that which is immortal. So it's very important. I'm going to pop a gotch in here. And the reason being, not for this monk boy or this monk probably girl or this monk boy. But instead, for this boss fight coming up. It's called the Folding Screen Monkeys. And on first playthroughs of this game, it's a puzzle boss fight. Like, you kind of have to figure out how it works. It's a really cool concept. But we don't have time for that, not in this run. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dash back, kill the invisible monkey, as he starts there always. The orange monkey with the gong, we're going to backstab. He makes a lot of noise, summons other monkeys. I'm going to dash, jump, grapple, firecrackers, dash, and death blow the hearing monkey. He can hear very well. Or no, he can see. He can't hear. Sorry, my bad. And then lastly, we're going to come up to the monkey that can't see. Behind his back, give him a death blow. If these guys hit me, then the fight can get longer. But otherwise, that was pretty good. Pretty good. That was not a bad fight by any means. All right. So it turns out these monkeys, they were actually the Divine Child's friends, and they were trying to protect her. Here's the Divine Child, sweet, lovely Divine Child. She's gonna give you the Mortal Blade, and so when you get the Mortal Blade, it's supposed to kill you if you draw it. But since, hey, I die twice, that doesn't really apply. So I take it, and she's like, yeah. I eat the monkey memory, and then I'm gonna get some upgrades. And basically what I just got, jeez, I almost went to the wrong place. Basically what I just got was, I got the Mortal Blade from the Divine Child, which is a big upgrade. It's how we're gonna kill a lot of bosses coming up. A lot of quick kill strats revolve around that, as well as I got some more emblems, and I got the ability, I upgraded the ability to use the Mortal Blade in the air. And so people often ask, why are you jumping before you Mortal Blade? Oh, well, I jump before I Mortal Blade because it does more damage. It's really good. Okay, so now we're down in this poison pool. I'm gonna do some fancy grappling here. Oh, that's scary. Okay, to get up here, there's a lot of enemies around here, so this is a specific grapple path. Gonna lock on and do a stealth death blow on Snake Eyes 1, the first Snake Eyes. A jump mortal... Jump mortal draw? There it is. Sorry, I forgot to equip it. I was too busy. Okay, this is really bad. Wow, that's terrible. I got shot in the back, and then I got aim shot in the face. That's okay. As I said, we die twice. And there's snake eyes. Hey! Okay. So generally that would be a lot faster if we didn't get shot in the back. I just forgot to equip Mortal Blade right away. I don't know if you noticed, but I tried to actually use it without it equipped, which didn't work. Anyway, Mortal Blade uses about 3 emblems per swing, and it deals heavy health and posture damage. It also locks you in an animation, so it's really slow. You can only use it when you're safe. So, you know, it's important. I'm going to run past that monkey over there, who happens to be an enemy. Don't mess with the monkeys. And then we're going to do some more fancy grappling. Jump across this pit. Make sure I angle the jump properly so I don't fall to my death. I'm going to sit at this idol for later. This is so that we can teleport to it later. And a leap of faith. Into a grapple. Jump on the big black chicken, as he will cause us some trouble. Grab some more Yashi sugar. We're going to grab a lot of Yashi sugar in this run. Almost as much as we possibly can. And then snap seeds. So snap seeds are an item that work on apparition type enemies, which will be the next boss fight coming up here, the Corrupted Monk. I'm going to do something here. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called Tree Skip. We basically jump up on this branch and then on the roof. Saves us saves us a lot. Okay, I'm going to Mortal Blade the Mist Noble here, who is the hardest boss in the game. As you can see, Mortal Draw is very strong. And then run through the fog here. Now, if I needed to, I could have gone and collected a heavy coin purse back there. However, this run is tight enough where I don't need to. And it's like, okay, well, Faraz, why are you collecting heavy coin purses and money and stuff like that? And so the reason we're collecting so much money on this run is we buy 6 beads at the end of the run. And the way that works is there's an item called an offering box. And so at the end of the game, you go to the offering box, and every bead that you didn't get or missed during the run because the environments change will be in that box for a price. So instead of killing, I think, 6 mini bosses, we just get them from the offering box, and it saves a bunch of time. Okay, hey, look at this. Sekiro can swim. I can't, but he can. So that's kind of nice. Can swim vicariously through Sekiro. Can swim really fast, too. And then we're going to grapple up. We're going to do some movement here. This jump is pretty tricky. I didn't get it, but I got the backup, which is a second slower. I'm going to get Divine Confetti, which I will use on some of the upcoming bosses. Pick up a bead, and you'll see those are emblems right there. We want to get as many emblems as we can during this run. They're important. Tricky jump as well there. I'm going to switch to the snap seed. I have my firecrackers out. Here's a quick kill method. I'm going to explain it as I go. Turn, snap seed, dash, snap seed, firecracker, 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 dash, firecracker, firecracker, dash, back, snap seed, jump off this pillar, death blow, and there's Corrupted Monk. Whew! That fight usually takes a while. It's very hard to posture kill Corrupted Monk right away. You have to deal quite a big chunk of HP damage. I'm going to menu here and put on my Divine Confetti and Yashi Sugar. And I think that's the last itemized menu in the games, the consumable menuing. There will be some other menuing, but that's it. I'm going to grab this item, the Shelter Stone, for Kuro. Of course, I'm helping him. I'm helping him, so, you know, there you go. Kuro has tasked us to try and kill him because he wants the immortality, the line of immortality to end. Okay, I'm going to eat the Corrupted Monk's memory, going to eat my second prayer necklace, and then I'm going to get Ascending Carp and Descending Carp, which are the skills I was talking about earlier from Ishin's scroll. And then we're going to go back to Kuro's room in Ashina Castle. We're going to go try and get our last item. That Kuro needs for the ritual to sever his mortality. But before that, I'm going to steal... Oh, that's not good. Oh, please don't kill me. Thank you. I'm going to steal that guy's money. That's a headless. We don't fight any of them in the run. Although in the other route they do. Kind of messed up a little bit there, but that's okay. Those enemies are very difficult to deal with. And they're very slow to kill. I think it'll take it like at least 30 or 40 seconds to kill that. They drop consumable items that take spirit emblems, but are unlimited uses. Like the Yashiriku Spirit Fall and stuff like that. Okay, sit in an emblem here. And then take a leap of faith. And jump up. Make sure that guy doesn't aggro. Well done. A little bit of fancy footwork. I'm going to have a homeward idol ready. Because what I'm doing here is I'm grabbing this guy's bead. And I'm going to grapple away before they can attack. And then go to my last commune idol. And that will save a couple seconds over just running back. It gives me a chance to stretch. Oh, okay. Alright. From there, we're going to take another leap of faith. Grapple at the last second for dramatic effect. And we're making our way to Gunfort. So Gunfort is another RNG section of the run. This is where we can do a risky strat, or a safe strat. For the marathon, of course, we will be doing a safe strat. However, we still might die. It's safe, but it's not like, you know, it's not like bulletproof. Okay. Gonna grapple. Use another Gachin sugar. Gachin! And there's a specific reason for this. This Gachin allows us to get a stealth death blow. Oh. If we grapple just right. Crouch. Good. See? Usually this Snake Eyes would always see us. However, this Gachin and the movement pattern allows her to not. Jump. Mortal draw. Boop. Boop. That attack we can mortal draw. Boop. Bop. That attack we cannot. It's okay though. Snake Eyes is down. Gonna suck the money. And grapple. Suck the money. There's the money. So here's the Bridge of Death. We're gonna run along the left side so we don't get hit. Drop down. You can see how dangerous that is. If two of those hit us, we just die. Right? When you're in the air, gunshots deal double damage. Little fancy footwork here, and then hopefully we don't die. I use my one healing gourd. Everybody's shooting at me. Gonna steal their money. Nice. Dodge their shotgun fire. Grab this idol for a little bit. Then we're gonna fight our first centipede giraffe. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna Akko. I'm gonna run in. Firecrackers to stun him. Jump mortal draw. Then I'm gonna deflect. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Good. Easy. Gonna do it one more time. Didn't get the quick RNG. Got the slow ones. Okay. So you might be asking, okay, well, Faraz, why do you call him a centipede giraffe? And it's because I actually don't remember. Not sure. I just kind of call him that. I think that's his name. But I also know that his name is a mistranslation. So I think he's called Centipede. And then his name is Giraffe or something like that. But they mistranslated it into giraffe. So that's why we call him the Centipede Giraffe. That's his English name. Okay, we got the Gunfort key earlier. This is the snake bridge that has been seen in the really cool trailer for Sekiro. Instead of running across it, we're going to opt not to use it. Just plunge into the lake below. If you don't jump very specific here, it will teleport you back to the top with some damage. I just grabbed a bulging coin purse there and another Yashi sugar. Avoided the snake completely. So that snack, remember, that snack was... There's a snack way back near the beginning of the game that was trying to mess us up. That's like the marriage snack. I think people marry that snack. I would never marry a snack. I probably wouldn't. Well, not unless I loved it, but... In this universe, or in this game, people marry snacks. I feel like the snack eats them, too. It's not very good. It's kind of sad. I wouldn't really want to be married and then eaten. If that was destiny, well... I would try and fight destiny. Anyway, ape. Ape time. Very specific quick kill. Yashi sugar. Run in. Firecrackers. Standing mortal blade. In the head. Pierce attack to the face. Hit twice in the head. Firecrackers once. Wait. Hit again. And then he's locked in the loop. And that's the first phase of ape. First phase. So during this game, the first playthrough, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, I killed the ape. Oh, I'm so happy," because he's a difficult boss. He's got sporadic movements, and it's like, "Oh hey, look, he's done." Oh, and the game's like, "Oh, you did it. Wow, cool." Right? But then they go Keating, and you have to fight the second phase. Hit twice. Jump on a blade. There we go. One, two, three, four. Drop here. I'm going to use a spear here to pull out the centipede. Remember that centipede I was talking about in Senpo Temple? And there it is. And that's ape. Very good ape, actually. Pretty decent. Very specific strat for the second phase. So what you want to do there is you want to interrupt his scream attack, which inflicts terror, and when the terror bar fills, you'll just die. You want to interrupt that with Mortal Blade, as well as you want to deflect certain attacks, so he'll do a certain attack, which will lead to that animation where he falls on the ground, so you can take out the centipede from his, decapitated body, and deal massive posture damage. Otherwise, he runs away. The fight becomes very slow. It can be really bad. So I homeward idle here. I'm going to grab that prayer bead from that merchant selling a bulging coin purse. In order to do so, you can see I have 53 sen left. Sen is the currency of this world. You can think of it like money or gold. Grabbing another heavy coin purse, not quite bulging, but heavy. Gives us 500 sen. Okay, I'm going to switch my prosthetic to the shuriken. That guy almost hit me, and I would have been quite upset. Gonna grab another Yashi sugar. And the jump, grapple, jump, jump, or grapple, grapple. Grapple. Not bad. That's a poor man crying. And so we're coming up to Father Owl. Okay, Father Owl, we're going to use the same AI exploit we used on Lone Shadow and Genichiro. And this one's a little bit tricky to set up. If we don't get it set up right, we can lose up to about 40 seconds, so... Let's hope. I'm going to pop Divine Confetti, sit in the corner, throw a shuriken, switch to firecrackers. And we're good. Okay, he's in the corner. I'm going to do the same thing. I only need one hand. Not face him, but still using my weapon to hit him on either the forward swing or the back swing. Good thing I had my hand ready there, huh? Alright, first phase done. Gonna run away. That head stomp will knock you back. Run in, dodge his owl tricks. The second phase starts here, and as you can see, the second phase is so much more different than the first phase. The one thing I have to watch for here is he can kick off me and poison me, depending on where my sword is at during the string and when he decides to attack. Alright, pretty good owl. That's my boy, he says, which is, I think, a really cool touch to the game. I'm going to do a little loop-de-loop there. So Al is my father. If you see in the opening cutscene, he's my adoptive father. Sorry. There's this whole war going on with Ashina and all this stuff. And Al kind of, he finds us and he adopts us and he makes us a shinobi. So that's part of the Iron Code. Always obey the father. He's the father. But we decide to break the code there because he wants us to capture Kuro. He wants the Divine Child immortality for himself. And so this is the first time in the run where you can end the game. So there, if I chose to obey Owl, then I would get the Shura ending, and I would have to fight Emma and Fire Ishin. And those are the only two bosses that aren't in this run. Because if you fight those bosses, you can't fight the rest of the bosses. That's just kind of how it goes. But since we don't do that, right, since we're doing all beads and new game memories, we're going to go for the more full route, more bosses and stuff, more beads. So we choose to break the Iron Code and help Kuro rather than to help Owl and indulge in greed. Anyway, this section right here is all, there's no RNG to it, but it takes a lot of concentration. It doesn't, like, nothing's really happening, but it takes a lot of concentration because there's a rhythm to text mashing. You can't just mash it. You can't just mash it. It'll actually be a lot slower. You have to do it rhythmically. And so talking here is a little bit hard for me. So this would be a good place to read donations. It's a fairly long section. It takes a couple minutes. And it's a lot of talking, resting, talking, resting. What we're basically doing is, this is called the eavesdrop section. We're unlocking... Oh, that's not good. Huh? Did I not eavesdrop properly? Okay. So that's going to cost us about 20 seconds. But you can see, like, when you mess up this section, it feels terrible because there's no RNG. Pretty sure I didn't mess that up. It's weird. I've never had that before. Okay, there she is. Okay, good. Oof. Scary. So we're going to talk to her, rest, talk to her, rest, talk to her. And basically what this is doing is it's setting up... It's opening the path to Father Owl, to the purification ending, basically. There's four endings in this game. There's the Shura ending, which we just opted not to do. There's Immortal Severance, in which you kill the Divine Heir and end immortality. There's the purification ending, where you kill yourself and end immortality, because you end up, you know, doing this long quest chain. And then there is the return ending, which is, I think, the true ending, where neither you nor Kuro die, and you kind of journey to the west with the Divine Child, who's also very... She's nice. She's very nice. Okay. Talk to Emma again. Now, I'm actually going to grab this Dragon Blood Droplet to sell later, so I'm not short on money, just in case. On the world record run, I ended up being at... I ended up having 12 more sen than I needed, so just barely, like very, very precise. I was short on money. I needed 11,800 and I had 11,750. So for GDQ, I would like that. I would like for that not to happen, so I'm going to pick up an extra couple items just to make sure I have enough. Okay, Father's Bell Charm. That's what we needed. That entire section was all for that. Unfortunately, none of it's skippable. So like I said, donations would be good there. Now we're going to get back to the action. And so this is where basically the second, I'd say second third of the run starts. And it's going to be Fountainhead Palace. So Fountainhead Palace is where the Divine Dragon is. And the Divine Dragon is what is responsible for Kuro's immortality. And so we need the Divine Dragon Tears for some ritual. Oh, here's the rope boy who dabs on the mountain. If we had this cutscene, then you'd see he just kind of picks us up and then he just dabs on the mountain. I don't know why that happened. I think it's like a sign of good fortune or something. But Yachi here. Jump Mortal Blade. Jump Mortal Blade again. And then we're going to fight normally. Up. Up. Decent RNG. Hit once. Good. Decent first phase. So as you can see, this is the true monk. It says corrupted monk, but it's actually true monk. This is the true form of the corrupted monk that we fought earlier. Earlier it was using an apparition, now this is the real deal. And as you can see, there's a centipede there, the mortality centipede. Gonna hit twice, deflect the hilt. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Firecrackers. 1. Mortal Blade. Jumping, of course. Deflect that. Very quick attack. And so third phase is all new attack. She likes to spew green stuff on you, but that was a pretty good corrupted monk. It's very tense, very easy to die here since we have such little health. One shot will kill us. And she does have wonky attacks. As you can see there, I used the Mortal Blade to kill that centipede so that the corrupted monk does not come back alive. That's why we got the Mortal Blade, or part of the reason why we got the Mortal Blade in the first place. And then I'm going to make my way through Fountainhead Palace. Okay, this is the prettiest area in the game. I really like it. Really, really like it. We got a football aficionado up on the roof, hurling lightning soccer balls at us. Right, that's why we get hit here. We're not supposed to be able to do this, but we're sneaky snacks, so we can. So here's the giant carp, and we rub the fish, rub the fish, rub the fish until he turns. It's very important. And then we can get ahead of him. Because if we don't, he will aggro and try and eat us. And in this run, you don't want to get eaten by a giant carp. Okay. There's an interesting quest with that carp, too. Takes forever to do, but there's a little bit of lore. Basically, there's some pot boys around here. They live in pots, and they want to become that carp, so they try and kill the carp, or have you kill the carp. So that they can become it, the great carp. There's only one allowed at a time. Okay, here we go. Here's the Okami leader, the one responsible for the soccer aficionado. Thor, if he was a girl and also played soccer. Gives me a bead, bulging coin purse, and then into the water. Make sure to suck the money. And then here's a lake full of headless. So this is a little bit of RNG here. We're gonna hope we don't get hit. Grab it. Got it. Okay, good. Just in time. Didn't get hit. Those will kill us. And sometimes they kill you twice and you just die, which isn't good. If I need to, for safety, I can always pop a gotchin. But we'd have to... Well, there's no real need. The risk is very low that you're gonna die twice there. Hehe. Okay, second iteration of the Blazing Bull. This is called the Sakura Bull. We're going to do a quick kill method. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop off the roof, Firecrackers, scare it, hit it once so it doesn't glitch out, grab the items, and then wait in the corner, baiting it into the wall. Knocks itself out after it hits the wall, and we're going to give it a quick neck stab. That's all you got to do. It only has 1 health bar, thank God. Really cool design. It's meaty, yet it has bones all the same. Okay, I've been talking a lot. I'm a little bit tired. Now we're going to Divine Dragon. And this is the most RNG in the run, I believe, other than Demon of Hatred. This is a very RNG heavy boss. There's a quick kill method. Basically what we're looking for is in the, not the first phase, but the second phase. First phase is whatever, easy. Second phase is, you want 2 lightnings, optimally. You can get 1, but it's not too much faster than 2. 3 lightnings is okay, 4 lightnings is not good, and 5 lightnings something went terribly wrong, right? So, well... here we go. Okay, first phase. Run immediately to the right. Sit on this cloud thing over here. Wait for these things to pop up. Do a chunky Mortal Blade. Hit them once. I'm only going to do 1 Mortal Blade, saving the rest for the second phase. But as you can see... a Mortal Blade plus an attack kills him really fast. And so what we want to do here is we want to kill him as fast as possible so more and more pop up. There's a bunch that are going to pop up. We got to kill all of them. And we're going to do a little plunging attack here. That should be enough. That's enough. All right, pretty good first phase. Fairly good. All right, here's the hard part. Okay, it's going to blow us away. We're going to rage against the dying of the light. There's the lightning we're talking about. So, dodge the attack, move in, pop an Akko. We're going to get terrible RNG. Good. Then we're going to try and do what we were doing before, bait another attack. Good, got the neck attack. I hit him twice and get terrible RNG. Alright, I think we're okay. So if this wasn't so far away, I think this would be actually okay. That should be it. That's 3 lightnings right there. You see these disappear. That means he's in his next phase. So in order to get the dragon into the next phase, you have to deal an HP threshold of damage. That wasn't quite 3 lightning. Or sorry, that wasn't quite 2 lightning, but that was still pretty good. If he hadn't have hit me with the randomized lightning strike, then we would have gotten 2 lightnings. That was actually pretty good. But he did, so I missed 1 Mortal Blade. And then the Akko sugar ran out. Okay. This is a side-scroller section. So ordinarily here, if I hadn't have died already in the run, I would opt to die here. Since this is side-scrolly... oh. Ignore that. Since this is side-scrolly, even if you die, you'll still get that death animation, and you'll lose no time from dying to the death animation later on in the run. Okay. Very good. Dragon's done. You don't actually kill the dragon, you just cut his eye open and steal some tears, which might be worse depending on what type of person you are. But we got the... hey Dave, thanks for the raid. I can't talk right now, but thank you. We got the Divine Dragon's Tears, which are used in the ritual to sever immortality, which is what we're trying to do in this game. That's the goal. We're trying to, you know, stop people from being immortal. Okay. Gonna sit at that idol before that notification pops up. Gonna eat the memory. Get another prayer necklace, and then we're gonna go to the hidden forest. And this is where we're going to see, once again, the resurgence of the ape fight. Except this is going to be the double ape fight. However, it's incredibly consistent. And we don't have to really worry about anything unless I mess up. Okay. So I'm going to pop a Yashi Sugar here. I'm going to hit him twice on the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Jump Mortal Blade. And there's the first phase done. Second phase, his girlfriend will pop down. You'll kind of see it. But I'm just going to jump Mortal Blade here. And one more. There, his girlfriend just popped down. She's over here. This is a girl, yes. She's pissed off that we're, you know, doing stuff to her boyfriend. But then we kill him, and she gets really sad, sits down, and just kind of disappears. Just kind of gives up. Which makes me feel pretty bad, to be honest. But there's no time for that. So what we do is we take our Mortal Blade and we kill that centipede. In doing so, finally kill the ape. And so you see we got some prayer beads, we got the memory, and we also got something called bestowal. Where am I going now? I think I'm going to Shigekichi. I don't have my splits up, so I can't really tell. But we got something called bestowal. And bestowal is something we'll be using in the run. It's an ninjutsu, like the one we got from Genichiro. Not good movement. And it will basically buff our attack power and our range when we activate it. 4 emblems, of course, because everything in this game costs emblems. Okay, next is Shigekichi. Now this mini-boss used to cause a lot of problems. It was another big RNG component. But yes, I'm not very much of a router or a strat maker. But I figured out a strat in order to make him very consistent. For a long time, we couldn't figure out what made him aggro or what made him not aggro, costing us a death blow. But it turns out it's this guy when he shoots the wall. So if you kill him, he can't shoot the wall. Can't shoot the wall, well then Shigekichi can't aggro. Right, we're gonna kill this bellboy here. So he doesn't notify anyone. Pop an Akko, do a stealth death blow. And then he's a chub boy, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull off his armor. And then do the same thing, jumping Mortal Blade, slightly get out of the way. Again. And that's Shigekichi. That used to cost you upwards of 40 seconds if RNG just didn't have your way. I'm going to grab that Fulminating Mercury once again just so I have money. Fairly important. We'll be selling that later. Do a fancy jump here. Look at the wall, then grapple for style points. Toeboy hit us in the grass. It's okay. Gonna suck up a bell here. That bell you're supposed to get on early on in the game, but since we're in the last stage of the game, or this environment is like this, you can't get it anymore, so you kind of just have to suck it up. Or you can't talk to the NPC. The NPC who gives it to you is dead. She was a sweet old lady. Okay. So now this is what I consider the this could either be the last third of the run or, well, yeah, this is probably the last third of the run. This is where it's like, okay, here we go. We've got to run. We could potentially get world record, you know. We're going to go to the Hirata estate, which is actually a memory. What you do is you got that bell that we just got, and we use it to re-access our memory. So this isn't happening right now. This is the past. Okay, this is when I believe it was Owl's forces attacked Hirata in order to capture Kuro, I believe. On this part of the lore, I'm not super, what's it called? Versed. I'm not super well versed. Okay, anyway. We're supposed to actually do this way earlier in the game, so the enemies here will die really quick. However, there are a lot of them. I'm gonna hide in the grass here, because grass is OP. Jump Mortal Blade. Didn't work. Okay, that really didn't work. It's not working. I don't know why. I'm dead. Okay, I cannot die. I cannot die. Oh! Oh! Okay, alright. Alright, calm down. I've never died to him in my life. Not once have I died to him in my life. That's really bad. That's kind of terrible. But it's also completely okay. So that didn't go well. That didn't go well at all. There's a tutorial pop-up. So okay, so I'll try to explain what happened. So sometimes when you jump out of the grass, it doesn't give you the jump Mortal Blade, and even if it did, he backed up. And so he backed up, and from there, well, we got a combination of bad RNG and really awkward placement. So the Makiris didn't go off as I was hoping they would. He takes one hit to kill, kinda, so that's a little bit strange. Anyway, that's okay. This is good because it'll showcase that we can adjust to these things. We lost 420 cent. You usually don't want to die in this run at all. Oh wow, that just missed. This is what's supposed to happen. There we go. Okay, hey, look at that. And do it again. All right. There's him dead. He caused a lot of problems for us, so that wasn't very good. Whew. But we lost 420 cent in that exchange right there. Now what I'll do is I will adjust for that by just picking up an extra heavy coin purse later on in the run. And that should be fine. Because those are worth 500. Okay. Here's my dad. In the past dad. He's kind of messed up. So he's just going to give us a key, ask us to save the Divine Heir. I'm going to do a fancy jump here, which is kind of cool. Right. That saves some time. And then we're going to find our second iteration of wall kicks in this run. Wall kicks. I love wall kicks. Oh my god. If you watch, they don't really make sense. You can kind of just jump off the same wall twice. It's really hard to get consistent. Really, really, really hard. Thank you, Luality. Anyway, this is a strat that Joe DD came up with. It's really, really good. I'm going to equip Pistol here. We're going to crouch. 1, 2. Hopefully they don't see me. I'm going to get behind this guy. You're not supposed to be able to do this. Yashi. Death blow. And then jump Mortal Blade. And that works. And then if it works, we say, come on, Joe! Because, God, I think he spent about 3 hours developing that strat. And overall, it saves about 40 seconds. It's probably, it kind of made sub 120 possible. Light coin purse there. Get a bead here. Which is really good. And then here's the run's kind of starting to tense up. We're starting to tense up because now it starts to get to the hard part. Now we're on the hard part of the run. Or we're getting closer and closer at least. Okay. So I talked about Pistola after. Basically what you do is if you backstep someone from behind, You can activate ninjutsu. Our ninjutsu of choice is bestowal. That will increase our damage and our range. And so it's going to wear off pretty quick here, but it should just be enough to kill this next boss fairly quickly. Lady Butterfly. Okay. Hop, heap, hop, hop, heap, hop, hop, heap, hop, hop, heap, hop, hop. There we go. First phase done. I guess I didn't explain. I'm saying hop, heap, hope because it helps me keep rhythm. No other reason. You can say it with me if you want. GDQ. Yeah. Gonna pop a Yashi here. Jump Mortal Blade. Firecrackers. Jump Mortal Blade. There we go. Easy. Lady Butterfly done. So that fight used to also take a long time. I think Sutemo. Was it Sutemo? No. It was Stridden. It was a Japanese runner. There's a lot of Japanese runners and Chinese runners who are running this game. So a lot of the strats that we use here are straight from them, and they're really good. If you don't have that quick kill active, you can lose a lot of time. In her second phase, she summons a lot of enemies and just runs away, which is pretty bothersome. Okay. Second last Lone Shadow. There's a lot of them in this run. Here's a quick trick from Joe. Come on, Joe. If you do a pierce attack, it doesn't work. Never mind. Ignore that. Sorry, Joe. What we're hoping for here is this attack. 3, 4. Good. First phase done. Up, keep, oh, keep. Good. Give me the kicks. Give me the kicks, not that kick. Too late for the kicks, you degen. All right, that's him dead. So not the best, but not bad. I'm going to grab this fulminated mercury right there as my game lags out. Hopefully that chub boy doesn't come and plow us. We're going to sit behind this idol. Hope not to get shot. You see that arrow? Very tight. Going to rest to reset the enemies and the aggro. I'm going to eat Lady Butterfly's memory so I have more attack speed. Or sorry, more attack power. And then we're going to go into a little bit of a tricky section here. So this is the last drunkard. No. Second last drunkard enemy we'll fight. But of course, enemies come in groups. In times. So we have to figure out how to do this quickly. We're going to stealth death blow him. Lock onto this guy so he chases us. And then run away. Kill his archer friend. Jump over him. Get to the back. And I'm going to... Not that. I'm going to use something called blood smoke. Oh, but he was too far away. So I'm going to do a backup. Hey, man. Okay. This time he's close enough. Blood smoke makes us back to 0 detection, so I can get another backstab here. This time I'm going to pop the stole. And then it's me and Juzo. I'm going to just use firecrackers to make this a little bit quicker. Gonna fight him not locked on. It's just easier for me. That, it didn't give me death blow. Nice. Okay, there you go. There's Juzo. Whew! Starting to get a little bit tense. Because now we're coming up to some of the harder bosses in the run. We're gonna go into Father Owl. This is one of the hardest bosses in the game. He's very tricky and he can waste a lot of time. Okay? We're gonna try and kill him mostly with Mortal Blades and Yashi Sugar. So we're gonna jump Mortal Blade here. And hopefully he doesn't. Jump back is not favorable. One Mortal Blade. After sweep attack, second phase starts. I'm going to run into the corner. Papayashi. Papayashi. He's kind of against a wall. I'm dead. No, I'm not. That's good RNG right there. I should have Mortal Bladed. I don't know why I was greedy. Oh, I thought he was dead. Please don't kill me, father. Oh, pop, pop, pop. What is he doing? Okay, we got him. Whew. Okay, he glitched out there. That would have been it. At the end there. Oh boy, I was a little bit greedy. I should have Mortal Bladed him. Should have Mortal Bladed him, but I didn't. I don't think I popped 2 Yashi. I really want to check my chat to know if I popped 2 Yashi or not. I'm pretty sure I didn't. But we're through. We're through. Okay, so now we're in the last little bit of the run. This is crunch time right here. Yeah, this is the hard stuff. Whew, so I'll be trying to focus a little bit more. There's a lot of mini bosses in a row. I believe I got the key already. But we're gonna fight the Ashina Elite. I'm actually low on emblems, which isn't a good sign. It's because I died earlier. But we can make do with that. So Yashi Sugar right there. I'm going to crouch slide into this wall to drop aggro because that's what crouch sliding does. Get an easy backstab. And Grandpa Red Eyes over here. Jump Mortal Blade as he's coming up. And then get ready for his very quick attacks. Missed one. Sweep attack, bad RNG. There it is. Okay. So he's done. Got his emblems. Which is nice. And then this is our last Spearfoot fight. I'm gonna use my second last Akko here. Not good. Ooh, not good. Very not good. Oh, but I saved it. I am so good at this game. Ah! Don't kill me. I'm bad at this game. I'm sorry. Okay. Whew. I'm gonna jump Mortal Blade him. Get out of here. You see that sick dodge? Whew. Whew. There we go. Okay, that could have gone worse. Oh boy. Usually that's kind of that's kind of run over, but with a combination of good RNG and what and stuff, it ended up working out, huh? Look at that. Gonna grab our last Aqua Sugar here. We're gonna be using that shortly. And then I'm going to open this chest because there's a bead. Like coin purse, there's a heavy one hiding behind it. And then we're gonna meet our second and last ogre. Right here, except this is gonna be a lot quicker. Drop down, death blow. Before the red boys come get him. And then I need this ogre to kill both red boys. Sometimes he does it well, and sometimes he doesn't. Like right now, he's not doing it well at all. So he's got one. He hasn't gotten the second one. He's gonna maybe get the second one. He got the second one. All right. And then again, you want to kill him from behind. The reason I need him to kill the red boys is so that I get money. As you can see, I just got 248 gold. That is very important. Or cent, sorry. Specific pathing here. And then we're gonna fight our first fight, quote unquote fight. Our first 7 spears type enemy. I think there's 2 of these in the game, and they're pretty tough to fight. However, if we do this strat, Things might work out a little bit better. I'm gonna get the stole from his friend, the sword boy. And then R1. And R1. And we R1. And then R1. And quickly here we gotta just do another R1. Okay, good. Good first phase. Very tricky. And then R1. And R1. And R1. And then maybe just an R1. Oh, a dodge. Okay, I'm in the fire. That's not good. R1. And he's done. Okay. That can actually go wrong. It depends on RNG. If he decides to do an overhead attack, you will get hurt. You will get hurt. And then if that ends your run, well, rip the dream. Okay, here's the modification that we're gonna go with. There is a heavy coin purse right here. So that 400 sen we lost earlier to the Shinobi Hunter, well, we just got 500 back, so we should be completely okay on money. Okay. Technically, last and hardest boss of the game. Technically. Okay. Gonna pop Divine Confetti and some Yashi. Jump Mortal Blade, his Mortal Blade. By the way, he has a second Mortal Blade. It's called the... I don't know. It's a second Mortal Blade. But it allows him to grant a wish. It allows... He can take his own life and ask for a wish. And he wishes for his grandpa to come back. Very wholesome. But he wishes for his grandpa to, you know, kill me, which isn't good. Don't like that. Not very good RNG here. Okay, second phase done. Third phase, I'm gonna pop a Yashi Sugar quickly. Dodge. 1, 2, dodge. No! Alright, this is sketchy. Not as sketchy. He's also got a gun, by the way. He got it from the underworld. Okay, I'm still okay. Ooh! Ishin. Oh, good. Terrible RNG. Very garbage RNG right here. Lightning. Follow up with a single Mortal Blade. Okay, I can take one more lightning. There we go. That's Ishin done with a sliver of health left. It is... I am more consistent at it than it seems. Like, it is a scary looking fight, but, you know. I think the first thing I did in this game when I was doing challenge runs is I did a 0 upgrade, 0 attack power upgrade, 0 posture and vitality upgrade, damageless fight, and it took like 20 minutes. But it has been done, so good. Okay, so we're nearing the end of the run. That's like one of the tense points, you know, depending on the RNG he gives you and a bunch of other things, his hyper armor attack, etc. I found Kuro on the ground. He's still alive, don't worry. I'm going to go for the purification ending, which means that I don't kill him, I kill myself, but then he's free from immortality. Could show that if GDQ would like, but we don't need to. Now, after the game ends, we have to go and fight the remaining bosses and collect the remaining beads. So, one thing I'm going to do as a modification to the run is I'm going to do this early. Like very early. So I'm going to sell all my money just so I can't really lose it. And I'm going to buy these prayer beads, which you would usually get throughout the game. 700. So I should, yeah, 700. I have 700 left. If we need to, we can get more money, but we shouldn't need to. I'm just being very safe here for the marathon. And then we're going to go fight the most RNG heavy boss and the boss that's killed so many of my runs. It's going to be Demon of Hatred. I'll need to concentrate on this boss, so I can't really commentate it too well. We need these guys to die, all of them to die. Not me. No. There you go. But for some reason, he's really bad at killing them. Okay, this is the first phase. I got my Yashi and I got my Divine Confetti. Bad RNG to start off with. You want him to stay in place. Okay, that's decent. That's okay. Good. A stagger while there's still Yashi up. First phase done. That was fairly quick, so that's good. Now I'm gonna put him against the wall here, and we're gonna pop our last confetti, and pop this as well. And I'm gonna die. Nice. Was trying to be super sneaky there, but it didn't work. This is not good. Okay. Dodge the fireballs. Please don't die. Please don't die. One, two, three. Ooh, I'm nervous. Nice. That killed me. Are you kidding me? So that was a terrain kill. That was a terrain kill. That wasn't very good. It's a good thing we ate our money early, because we just lost another 355. So this time we don't really have to kill the other enemies there. But we also don't really have Yashi to work with. So what happened in the last one was I jumped, but since the terrain was high, his sweep attack still hit me, which is just something you have to kind of deal with in the fight. But I could have played it safer. I could have ate some other bees as well. I didn't. See how that's working now? So because the terrain was a bit higher, my hitbox was a little bit closer to the ground. That's okay. Decent RNG, given the fact that we don't have a lot of stuff. I'm gonna actually heal here. Usually I wouldn't, but yeah, I probably should have played it a lot safer. I'm very used to world record mode, where we're just going YOLO strats. However, I would just keep that in mind for the marathon. So you don't want him to stagger there. If he staggered a little bit earlier, that would have been good. But he did not. Not good, not good. I want to be in front of him here. Never mind. Oh, come on. Alright, second phase. So I'm going to pop a Yashi here. Jump Mortal Blade. Doesn't matter if he jumps back because he's against a wall. And then... I think I missed that a little bit. Either way, GG. There's Demon of Hatred. Okay. Whew. It's too bad we died there, but it's okay. This is salvageable in terms of completing the run. And I think we should have a decent time actually, even with all this loss. Alright, so I'm going to enhance attack power again. Now I believe we go to Sempo Temple. So now it's like the relief. It's like, okay, like all the hard stuff's done. We don't really need to do any hard stuff except for kind of Orin. And that should be it. Alright, I gotta make sure I grab this bead here. Since we came here earlier without the Mibu breathing technique, which allows us to swim underwater, we couldn't get that bead, so we gotta get it now. Then we're gonna grapple here. Gonna lock on and death blow. That death blow is very easy to miss. Followed by a jump mortal blade. And then there's the second iteration of the centipede giraffe. Done. I'm gonna homeward idle up here. It's important I do it up here because that little guy right there, he's gonna throw fire at me. As long as it hits the wall, it's okay. Whew. And then from there, I'm going to go to the hidden forest in Ashina Depths. And we're going to take a slight detour here. So since we died on Demon of Hatred, we're going to have to get another heavy coin purse. And so there's one we don't pick up in the run because it's kind of obnoxious to get, but it serves as a pretty good backup in case you miss it. Alright, so we also skipped this mini-boss earlier. This is the last drunkard enemy. His name is Tokujiro. Tokujiro the Glutton. He's just hanging out with the monkeys, drinking some monkey stuff. We're gonna bestow his friend who's guarding him on the roof with a gun, of course. Then we can backstab him there. Gonna firecrackers. Okay. Got pretty good RNG. And there that is. So ordinarily we would split here and run back to the dilapidated temple. But instead of that, we're just gonna go get this, which isn't too out of the way. And then we're gonna go back. As that's Tokujiro. I believe lastly... Yeah, so now we're going to buy the remaining bead, which we didn't earlier. By selling that heavy coin purse as well as the lapis lazulus. You see we still had some money over, so if we were being really, really safe, we could have gotten even more. But that's the last prayer bead we have to buy. We have 2 left. And I will show that as well at the end of the run, but... Now we go to the watermill, and we got this idol a long time ago, and it was for this reason, so that we can come back to this. And so we're going to fight the last mini-boss, the only mini-boss of its type. This one's called Orin, and she's a little bit tricky to fight. We have no buffs for her. I'm just going to run in and jump Mortal Blade. Hit both of them if you hit from the front. She has very quick counterattacks. She gave me decent RNG here. Pretty decent. But she's really cool. She also... Well, I guess she's wearing a basket on her head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jump. Mortal Blade. Wanted to catch that. Okay. There's Orin. Whew. gonna die sometime. There we go. She gave us Breath of Life Shadow, which just kind of allows us to heal on death blows, I think. Something like that. And then... this is our last bead. Hopefully the fish don't do too much. Oh, okay, don't kill me. And you quit out. And that's the run. So our time is 1:25:49, which isn't the fastest, but with the deaths and the safe strats and stuff, that's all right. World record right now is 19:34, held by me, of course. Of course. But that was the run. So I'll do something quick. I'll show quickly that we did in fact get 40 beads, because that's important. That's a prerequisite for the run. So 24 is a multiple of 4. 6 times 4 is 24. Just in case you don't believe in math, as some people apparently don't, we will count it out for you. If you don't believe in counting, well, I can't help you. I'm sorry. And there's all 10 pair of necklaces. So all beads and new game memories done in 1:25, whatever it was. Decent run. Wasn't the best, but we did die twice. However, I wanted to show that it is in fact marathon safe and consistent, and even with mistakes and problems, we can still pull off a pretty good time. That was my sternum. So yeah, thank you GDQ for watching, considering my submission. I hope you enjoyed it, and please let this category be seen at GDQ. I think it'd be cool. It showcases the game fully, and it showcases all bosses, whereas the glitchless runs skip Demon of Hatred and Gyobu. This is a little bit more thorough. So I really like this run, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. I hope the commentary was all right, and thanks for watching. Bye! Bye!